3, go and go. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so it's Kirby 64. This game is very cute. Has a great soundtrack and everything. And also, our Lord and Savior Double Fire. Double Fire is gonna be used throughout the entire run. It's really, really good. Very, very fast. It's very powerful, has a big hitbox, goes for a long time, etc, etc. It's very nice. Now, we're using Double Fire for a lot of the run. However, the biggest thing about it is that where you actually place your Double Fires is important. It's most important, I'd say. Because you want to place the Double Fires like on top of something as soon as you end it, like on top of an enemy as soon as you end it off, for instance. That wouldn't be too good. So like right there, for instance, I made it so it ends like right in between two enemies, that sort of thing.
Yeah, the amount of like safe spots that you can actually land your Double Fire is surprisingly small.
Definitely is. You're the first kind of sort of boss of the game. It's well do. Double Fire that way and I'll just kill him. Okay, crystal shard right here. It's 8%, so you have to collect all the crystal shards or anything. We just gotta go fast. Do some zooms, some heckin' zooms, some speeds, all that stuff. That's all we gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah, so for any percent versus 100%, 100%, you have to collect all the crystal shards to unlock the true ending of the game. Any percent, I guess you can call it like the bad ending or whatever, but it defeats like the fake final boss, so you don't need to collect any unnecessary crystal shards.
More over here. Well, difference with Double Fire as well too is that you get if you run and then jump with it, you go a little bit farther with Double Fire. If you jump in general with Double Fire and like don't move at all, then it goes about the same distance. If you're on the ground, it goes like the least amount of distance.
Yeah, a little bit weird how acceleration works. So the ability lasts for a fixed amount of time, but there's a little bit of difference or variation with how it accelerates to like the maximum Double Fire speed. And the distinction between like doing like that acceleration slowly or quickly actually makes a big difference in this run.
Oh. Yeah, it matters a lot. In this case, since we're using a lot of Double Fire early on, excuse me. This case, since we use a lot of Double Fire early on, we have to really like be careful of where we exactly use it, because if we don't use it in the right area, we can lose a lot of time. In that case, I use my Double Fire like underneath the boss, so it like does multiple hits against it until it's gone. Just so it's a little bit faster. This section is about a minute long. You have to wait for Adeline here to draw all these enemies. What happens right now, like what happened before with Wallaby and what happens with Adeline, is that they're possessed by Dark Matter, I think, is what it is. So they become all evil for a second, but once we defeat these little sections right here, then they go back to normal. They're back to being our friends. There we go. The Ice Dragon has two phases to him. Thankfully I got actually that little jump into there, Double Fire covers both phases, thankfully. Then the last one just slide into it, and she flips. I love the flip there. Unfortunately, I have to make Kirby cry after every single level here. Some levels I could just get some health afterwards, which makes so Kirby doesn't cry. But otherwise, we just keep pressing A there over and over. It is what it is. Poor Kirby. Feel free to Bible thump after every single level if you need to. Alright, this is important right here. Gotta jump right over here, and then it's gonna mash B just in the middle of nowhere like this. Allows me across this room right here. No example of like precise Double Fires is that this room right here. If I jump on the ground immediately like this, I'll get right into the hole every single time. See, just like that. It's important. Yeah, for now, for
Yeah.
a lot.
Go ahead.
Oh, for now,
Go ahead.
it's fine. For now, a lot of the movement we're gonna do is just gonna be double fire. It'll switch up later, but for now, it's the fastest horizontal speed, so just gotta keep using it, I guess. It will get switched up later, though. Don't worry.
Yeah. So in the 100% category, you do need certain power combinations to get certain shards, like you might have seen in Colored Block. There's no need to do any of that in 8%, so it's just you can keep like fire abilities for like pretty much as long as you want.
Yeah, pretty much. So a lot of World 1 and 2 is gonna be just a lot of fire, but later on it gets switched up in bits. It is the fastest way to move horizontal in this game after all. So it's just very useful. For bosses, a lot of time we don't use double fire or like any sort of fire at all. If possible, at least. This one, of course, we use it right here. This is Wispy Woods. Want to explain, SK?
Yeah, so in the first phase, there are these 3 Wispy Juniors around a circle like this. There are a couple different patterns in which case you do like a different series of attacks to hit all of them. And then once you're on, you attack Wispy directly. What you want to see are these roots. Well, Shasta got apples first, but Wispy will alternate between apples and roots. And during the roots, you can get up to 3 hits. And so this phase takes 6 hits, so ideally you want to do a 2 cycle here. In between these apples and roots, there are like random puffs, which waste like a second each time.
I got the best luck probably for all the Wispy Juniors, but I got the worst luck of Wispy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be like that though, but it's okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna double fire through all this room right here. It's again very precise where it needs to be. Like in this case, I'm gonna jump up just a little bit so I can get right. Hit that guy. Try to tear around that guy, but it's okay. I'll say that last fight was your required Wispy fight of a Kirby game. There's usually one of them in some capacity in every Kirby game. Same with Krakow, but funny enough, Krakow's actually not in this game.
He appears in one level, kind of. Like, you know that that dark room in 2-4 in this.
Yeah.
Like, there's this theory that the different icons correspond to different bosses in the Kirby series, and there's one Cloud one.
Really? Interesting then.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
By as parts an auto scroller, if you want to read donations, you can go for it right here. If there's any donations over here, of course.
Well, we know the chat. If you guys want to get your donations in, we do put it all towards the Movember Foundation. Nothing at the moment, but just so you're aware, the Movember Foundation are trying to help basically protect men's health. They are fighting a number of health issues that they have right now, including testicular cancer, general mental health, and trying to prevent suicide. So please do get all your donations in. They are going to a fantastic cause.
Definitely. Chelsea is facing in the background, by the way. I think my chat named them Sandross. These look like Andross from Star Fox. Alright, just a little more movement over here. Little fires on the road, just get mash B for a bit. Cool. Watching is totally okay, certainly someone said. Certainly someone here. There we go. Nothing wrong with watching. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright. So this level is very important, like where to keep able to fire in particular. It's probably one of the more important ones early on, because if you mess up your positioning at all, you can get stuck in so many different places like this.
Yeah, those falling pillars are one-hit kills. So if you take damage in the wrong way, you're done.
The worst part too is actually straight up trying to recover from that afterwards, trying to get fire back again. Because it takes you forever to do so. Fire isn't exactly in some worlds it's very sparse, and some of them it's everywhere, but you gotta be aware where fire is as a backup, in case you lose it somewhere. in this case. Alright, let's see if I get this one. Okay, good. I messed up that room earlier in my run. Well, in practice, rather.
Yeah, not too much leeway for error with double fire, surprisingly. Not only does it have a long recovery, but like I said, the weird acceleration kind of properties that it has.
Like right there, I was just a little bit just barely not high enough there. And as a result, barely not far enough over either. So I got stuck like right underneath that wall. Stuff like that. Oh, hello. Hello, friendo. And now we're going to the DD section. There's a few of these throughout the game. Especially King Deity, he's got a big hammer. You're right on his back, and he breaks down walls. During sections, you want to avoid just kind of... Just like, avoid like... Or you want to like maximize our... I guess our pole climbing, essentially. We don't want to jump as much, basically. That's what we did there. We did minimum amount of jumps just to get up there and get to the end of that level.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird in terms of the mechanics. It's very easy to switch sides when trying to jump and re-grab onto these poles, especially with DD for whatever reason. But that's the only time it's going to appear.
There we go. Get rid of double fire now. Yeah, because now I got single fire. Do I want to explain the difference between single fire and double fire and why I use something for certain levels?
Yeah, so the way that single fire works is that it does this much shorter attack. Like double fire, the entire attack lasts something like 3 seconds. But with single fire, it lasts like from 1, and then it starts to get shorter until it gets down to about like half a second. In between the single fires, if you don't want to just like fall to the ground, what you can do is that you can immediately float afterwards, and then puff and then start another single fire. This is perhaps like the most important piece of tech in this run, and if done correctly, it just looks like Kirby's alternating between puffs and fires, so it doesn't look like he's floating in between at all. And if you do it, you pretty much, I say pretty much, but you do gain a bit of height if you do it perfectly, but it looks like you're just preserving your height across the screen.
Yeah, even if it looks perfectly, you're like, you barely lose any sort of height at all. Like maybe like a pixel, if anything.
Like sub-pixel, blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. You also do underwater like this. Fire underwater, I know. When you're underwater, I want to do the same thing basically. I want to like just press A afterwards, so I don't like go into tumble animation.
Right, it's like sort of another cancel kind of thing where you swim upwards. But one important thing about this game is that you can inhale stuff and like use abilities underwater, which is different from a lot of other Kirby games. And it's used for a couple of optimizations here and there.
I got health alert just in case. I don't think I exactly need it, but I might as well just get it. For this next part, you want at least 3 health. And I had 3 health that time, but just want to be careful in this first screen. In case I mess up this guy right here. Thankfully I didn't.
Yeah, being like an N64 game, it uses these like weird curved rims and stuff like that a lot, and the camera angles can be a little bit misleading.
Definitely can. By the way, this screen right here. So Kirby has a massive amount of, I guess, like, distance he can puff up like this. And after a while, you start getting really tired and eventually just fall down. If you hurt yourself like I just did right there, you actually reset that completely. So in this case, it allows me to just get to the very top of the room. I don't have to worry about, like, the auto-scroller there at all. Saving a little bit of time. See if I can get this.
Yeah, I think it saves something like 9 seconds.
Oh, I messed it up. Oh, I died for it! Damn it! Alright, good start.
Oh, man.
That's not a good place to die.
It's just any percent. It's alright.
You're right. Heck, dude. That's fine. I don't need fire, pretty much. Fire will be useful, but I don't need it for the rest of this, pretty much. It's gonna lose a little bit of time. Oh, hello. we're just gonna walk. I don't really need it for these last 2 rooms here, though. Because now I'm gonna just do this.
Yeah, in this next room you're supposed to go around, but there's a platform in the middle if you just float straight.
Yeah,
the fast platform thing saves, I think if you're going on the left side, it saves like 8 seconds over, like take it slow.
Get over here. Alright, so yeah. For unfortunate death, I usually don't die there at all. But sometimes just beefy, you know? Sometimes things are going well, then just out of nowhere... Nope, never mind.
Yeah,
it's okay,
just
though.
Marathon runs.
Good old marathon runs. Alright, but important announcement, everyone. The face. Do the face in chat. This face, we don't know. So there is part. So the first part is boss here called Pix, is an auto-scroller basically. So type that face in chat because it's Kirby's doing the face. That's all I gotta say. But after auto-scroller is actually all luck, unfortunately. What I want to do what I want to do in the fight basically is have a double power. Because once you can fight Pix, it's random what happens, and if you have double power, there's an easier chance they can just straight up get more hits on him. And just kill him faster that way.
Yeah, each of these little crystal things have 4 health, and if you're able to throw a double star into, let's say, 2 of them, to each of them, you're gonna see these like little atom-looking things spawn, and if you match the colors, it'll do 2 damage to Pix. If they're unmatched, it's just only gonna do 1 damage. So ideally, you throw your double power up, and then do like 4 additional hits.
Sounds good. I think I can do this though. Oh, I got him.
Yeah,
nice.
Unmatched.
One more? Nice, that works. Got the 1 cycle,
Nice.
Let's go. That's pretty good. Are you telling me my room
Yeah.
fantastic? I'm glad it's empty. It'd be weird if it wasn't right now. There we go.
Yeah, I think lately, in terms of like modern Kirby games, they're trying to, I guess, reference Kirby, like Kirby 64 in particular, it seems like. And a lot of boss designs in Robobot have this kind of circular layout.
Now I get back to single fire after this. Just gonna do more single fire chaining for a bit. Just through this room.
Yeah, a common question is why single fire is used here instead of double fire. The reason is pretty complicated. Basically, it's just like single fire loses time in some places, double fire loses time in other places, and adding all of it up, single fire comes out to be like less than a second faster. Plus, it's easier, so that's why we do it.
Also, in some rooms, it's also just a lot more fun, really. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like right here, I can literally just spam single fire, pretty much. Until a certain part, at least. Because double fire,
double
you do
fire-
nothing. At least I'm pressing
double
the
fire routing is kind of annoying to lay out for entire levels at a time.
Oh, this boss right here, he just spins around over and over. He's so happy while doing it as well.
Yeah, unfortunately the little guys at the bottom are random, so sometimes you just randomly take damage.
Oh no, speaking of taking damage. Let's not die here. I'll clutch it out. They don't call me Mistars for a clutch stuff for nothing. And don't even call me that. Alright, we did it. There we go.
So unlike a lot of Kirby games, this game doesn't actually have doors, but it only has like what do you call it? Like loading zones?
Yeah, loading zones.
Yeah. So what you can do is that, typically speaking, Kirby games, if you slide on the ground, the first part of it will be fast, but the second part of it will be too slow for you to like be faster by just sliding the entire time. But you can do a bunch of things into loading zones. For example, like sliding into loading zones to save a little bit.
Now there's this little section right here. Whenever the water is flowing toward like away from me, I want to actually walk on it, but when it's not, I just like use fire instead. Because it's a little bit faster to walk over the normal wire, but it's going away from me. All right, there you go. Giant enemy crab battle is gone. Here's the first like, I'll call it a friend section. It's gonna be me and Wall D just in this boat over here. Just gonna be chilling for a bit, jumping around, jump up, and get down. You know, having a good old friendly time. Friendly little ride down the river. That's all it's gonna be. It's actually, I jump here because it actually speeds up just a little bit. Just not too much though, but just a little bit.
Yeah, the way that this auto-scroller works is that during different parts of it, Kirby will move at, like, the little box will move at different speeds. And what you can do to preserve that, like maybe like one part of the river is a little bit faster. So what you can do is that when you get to the end of that part, you can jump to preserve that speed for a little bit longer. If done like in all the right places, it actually saves over a second than just going on the ground the entire time.
Now right here I'm gonna put my power into my mouth. It might seem pointless, but actually, basically whenever Kirby falls down a big distance, like all these waterfalls, he will not actually like bonk his face on the ground every single time. He was falling on his feet. And that's why it saves time here to do that. At the very end of this room here, I'm gonna get a fire back though. Just like that. Now this last room is really hard. Fire is a very horizontal power, and this room is very, very vertical. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I think of this as like the hardest room in any percent.
I definitely agree. It's really hard. I think it's one of the biggest like time saves in my PB actually, just from this room alone. Right now it's going well though, at least. Yeah, that's pretty good. You float up all the way up here now, and then go across. Like that. There we go. That worked out. Sweet.
Yeah, hitting these like spiky logs can actually cost a lot of time because the tendency is that you get comboed by them pretty easily, and then you lose your ability, etc. The way that losing abilities works in this game is that if you take damage twice too close together, you'll lose your ability. And this is something that was taken from Kirby's Dream Land 3.
There we go. Spun at the end there, unfortunately, but otherwise pretty good. Alright, another thing I can do with single fire, by the way, is if I need to adjust myself at all with it, I can hold back just a little bit and then make me go not as far. I'll be using that later on for the boss in this level. I'll use it sometimes like as a little small thing, so I don't like run to something, for instance. Very solid.
So
yeah.
To like move at like the fastest possible single fire, you would be holding, in this case, right, but holding left does cause it to slow down. In the case of double fire, it actually doesn't slow it down, but for some reason it changes your camera angle, which actually is useful in this run.
Love this part. He just straight up hammers a block there and just sends Kirby flying. I love that. Excuse me. Alright, boss time right in a second. Ideally, I go over his boss's head and just barely graze it. I didn't do that though. Just gonna bash it over and over instead. Just like that. In this last section, you have these little falling platforms with these logs on top of it. I want to get right just above it like that, then jump immediately for the first one. Second one, not just do something different. Third one, same thing. Fourth one, you can wait a little bit. Last one, very tricky. Got it though. Then take out the crab.
Yeah, not sure why, but like half of them fall much quicker than the other half. No idea.
I really don't know why. It is how it is though. Alright, so this section now, all these torpedoes come out like randomly. So I wanted that to happen there. I pulled my power before I went to the water there, so hopefully one of the torpedoes combines with my fire, gets rid of it. Which saves time. This section here now, here's a fish. Just swimming with it. The fish is actually faster than normal swimming, so I'm literally doing nothing right now as a result of it. I just hold here for a bit.
Yeah, it's actually faster than using fire as well.
Only useful here though, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
Yeah, there are a couple enemies where if you hold them above your head, they do certain things like attacks or other movement things, but that's the only one you're gonna see in Speedrun.
It's a good fish. That's all I know. Alright, so I think for this next session, I meant practice run earlier, I messed up getting a bomb at the end of this. Which is something you do not want to mess up. It's really bad. Hopefully I'll mess this up at the end though. Like right here. There we go, easy every time.
It's a little bit scary because that's like the last bomb enemy, but it is like the fastest one to grab out of all the ones that you encounter.
It really is. And then right in here. So there's a little quick kill right here. Hopefully I can get this. Oh, I just missed at the end. Okay, that's fine though. Ideally what happens there if you get that quick kill is that I have to swim upwards just a little bit after one of the bombs. After I throw a bomb once. Like after end lag is done for it. And I just barely missed it there, unfortunately. It's okay though. I'll say if you ever had trouble with the next boss as a kid, or just in general, use bomb for his next boss. It actually straight up destroys it. You'll see in a second, but we keep bomb through his next boss because, like, for that very reason. There we go.
Yeah, the important attribute about bomb is that it falls below Kirby, which is incredibly useful for this boss. Not so much on the first phase. I guess it does help for the first phase because acro is bouncing up and down randomly. But in the second phase especially, it'll be... Unfortunately, Shasta didn't get too lucky in this first phase because the second phase triggers once acro hits the floor, but acro is like literally at the top of the screen, so that time...
He just kept staying there, it was so bad.
Yeah, the time it takes for him to fall is all just time lost.
Now for a second phase, he's gonna go around here randomly. He has two patterns he can do. Ideally, he gives me a pattern where he stays down here, pretty much. He doesn't go to the very top of the screen. He did not, though. He gave me the bad pattern. Thanks, Acro. It's fine, though. We'll come back down in a second, and then I'll just remove two more bombs, and that's it. There we go. Let me get rid of bomb right here before I get the crystal, because I don't need it for next level. Dude, rip Shamu. I'll miss him.
Yeah, unfortunately bad luck on that fight, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Acro, I would say, is like one of the least random bosses, I'd say.
I'd say he's like the most tame for sure. Every boss in this game is random with what they do, but Acro's probably the most tame one out of all of them. I love his first screen at 4-1 as well. It's one of the hardest screens in the run because you actually do a lot of traditional platforming through it. There's no fast power because bomb wouldn't do anything for you here, so we just platform through it like that. Just kind of tear through everything. It's one of the hardest rooms I guess for me when I first learned this run though. took me a while to actually master it like that. There's fire. Back to the fire. Oops. There you go. Now, this next room is actually, I think, one of the hardest in the game. You have to make a cycle at the very end of this room, and ideally, I have to be, like, perfect make of it, pretty much. Or pretty much perfect. And... oh! Never mind, I'm not gonna make it. I almost just destroyed myself there instead. So ideally get past this vine I'm hanging on right now. Ideally that's what happens there. Unfortunately I messed it up, so it didn't happen. And because of the momentum preservation, you actually go really fast off that last vine because it moves really quickly in general. We do the same thing in this room, but for the log instead. Like right here. It's going forward, so I can use that to go a little farther with fire. They've changed single fire for a while. Ah! There we go. This is called Neostar. That's the name of the planet. I got invincibility. I have to be careful because whenever I hit a block of invincibility, it'll straight up just destroy it. In this case, I don't want to destroy the block right here because it keeps this other fire at bay. And I want to combine that with my current fire and get double fire. Just have that.
World 4 has actually gone through a couple of fire route changes. Initially, when I first started running this game, you would do actually the exact reverse of what you saw Shasta do, which is to start with double fire and then switch to single fire at the end. But what you're seeing Shasta do now saves like over 20 seconds compared. I would say like 25 seconds compared to the old strat. Yeah,
it's quite a lot right there.
Can I jump in quickly?
Go for it.
So we have a $20 donation from Rasmus41 saying, reporting in from ESA HQ, enjoying the Kirby run, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the runs in the days to come. Keep donating, guys. The Movember Foundation is doing great work. Cheers for your donation, Rasmus.
Heck yeah. Thanks for donating. Alright, so yeah, that's another Waldo session right there. Just like the other one, if you jump at certain parts, you keep speed for a while. Like, get more speed overall. Right here I'm gonna do some precise double fires. I went too high for that one. That happened earlier too in my practice. Heck, oh, that's fine. Just a little too high, but it's okay. Oh no. I need you, friends! Ah! Okay, we got double fire back, it's fine. That was scary for a second. We can't be... Double fire is our god, we can't be without it, okay? There we go.
Yeah, this level has no fire enemies that you can pick up. So if you lose it now, the only time you can get back is like into the next level. This level's pretty long already.
That's messing with the end there, but otherwise it's pretty okay. All my runs are fire. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so generally speaking, for like real-time speedruns, if you have like some super flat section like this, it's thought that double fire is slightly faster than single fire. But one important thing is that you also sort of going down at the same time. So it's sort of built into the double fire recovery, like you're going down the entire time while you're using it. So it saves even more time.
This room right here, 6 enemies spawn like over and over like this. I want to destroy them basically at the same time, like in groups of 6, ideally, but they spawn randomly, so there's nothing really to do about it. In that case, I played that last part pretty well, because 6 will spawn at the end. Now, Cyclone's room is really tight, so I have to ideally just keep moving and never get caught. Because I can die very easily here if I get caught. Like this! We're good. Easy every time.
Yeah, always scary.
That part's always so scary. But you gotta pretend it's not, though. This song's really good. Let's play a little game of chat, by the way. So, towards the end of oh nice, I messed it up. But towards the end of this level, there is there's a paying that, if you guess correctly, gives you a crystal shard. I think it's either a pizza, umbrella, or a top hats. Place your bets in chat right now. What's gonna be? Pizza, umbrella, or top hat? Other than that, this screen's actually, these levels have pretty long. This level over here is pretty long screens in general, and if you mess up at all, like you could just like fall down, and lose a lot of time, especially in this room.
Yeah, I would say that the double fire in 4-3 is like by far the hardest in the game, just in terms of routing. I think this is probably the reason why it took so long for people to even consider using double fire in this section.
Yeah, like that, for instance. I messed up a few times in that part, so as a result, I just lost a lot of time because I kept like falling down pits and getting hurt and stuff. What is it? Umbrella! I guess Umbrella, you win! What do you win? The fact that you're watching this run right now and you're here to support ESA, yeah! I don't know. You won our deepest affection. Congratulations. I don't know. Hey, free sandwich.
Yeah, this level is composed of a lot of small platforms, so being very exact with double fire is super important. Because if not, you'll find yourself like floating up quite a bit.
I think we're gonna land this platform. There we go. Also, put the letters in chat. Kirby, Kirby! Right at the very end. There we go. Shout out to Kirby. I'll fully admit right here, this level gives me a lot of trouble. 4-4. The first screen is random, which like where the rocks fall pretty much. So all you can do is just like keep spinning fire, and hopefully you can not get hurt like that. Berkey. I don't make me laugh so much. This first screen in particular always destroys me. I think if I can land behind like this. Nope. There we go. Still got hurt. Okay, that's fine. I'll make it work. That screen is weird to me most of the time. Oh god! Okay. Really bad start to that room, but it's okay. It's okay. Now I get into the DE section. First of all, I'm gonna do a little mechanic where if you hit your head against a projectile going against you, or just enemy going against you in general, you actually destroy it. I think it's mechanic only in this game. I don't remember any other Kirby games. But I use that a lot in this room.
Also in Dreamland 3.
Oh, it is? Oh, cool. I forgot about that, actually. We use that as well for our very last DE section in World 5. There we go. And look at this. You just throws Kirby over there. You can really get that sandwich right in between both those doors there. Very convenient, to say the least. First stage, definitely Rakaroz. There's a lot of precision in this stage, to say the least. I think I'm at the right spots. Nope. Now I am. And get around here. This screen in particular it lasts forever. So if you lose fire or like die in a screen whatsoever, you lose a lot of time. Same as this next one as well too. And thankfully the last screen went well, because I used to lose a lot of runs to that screen. If you die there, it loses like 45 seconds most of the time. Especially because you can get double fire back for later. You can land right on the edge of the platform right here, like that. Ideally, I get right on top of where his popsicle is. Fortunately, I didn't this time. Once again, one of the biggest hurdles of this entire run is just like figuring out where you can double fire pretty much, and like where you can double fire and like not get hurt after you get out of it, because it lasts a set amount of time every time. And that screen especially is very important for that. What's very important for his last screen though is that we have a double power for it in the first place. The reason for that is because you set multiple blocks up here, and to break it very easily, all you gotta do is just get rid of it. Like that. If you have a single power, it would go through one of those blocks. Gonna get covered for this level, and that's it. So now we got Magman. Where the single fire spawns at the beginning of this fight is actually completely random. Ideally it spawns near me, and there's no problems. There is a problem! I made it work, let's go! That was sick.
What?
I made that work. Okay. I don't know how that just happened. I've never done that before. That was cool. That was about the clutchest thing I've ever done my entire life. Maybe.
So, like other bosses, the first form takes 6 hits to kill. Ideally, you want the pattern that Shasta got last, which is one that allows you to get 4 hits.
Alright, second half of Magman here. Get the fires behind us. We're just gonna jump into his mouth pretty much. Oh, I didn't want that. Messed up there a bit. So there we go, 4 hits, and then we pull the power, put it. The double power does 2 damage in this case, so since we don't need fire sword after his boss fight, we just get rid of it right there, do a little more damage. There we go, that was nice. How much health do I have? I think. Okay, I have 4 health. I can deal with this. So this room right here. Well, let me preface this. World 5 in general does not have a lot of fire. It's Shiver Star. It's, you know, ice and all that. It makes sense. So in this case, pretty much the only place to actually get fire is actually this very first room, until 5-4 at least. So yeah, I don't know. I'm getting hurt a lot. Ideally, you don't want to get hurt like at all in this room, or like I say that and just got hurt again. Oh my god, stop it! Okay, so I don't want to lose double fire is what I'm trying to say, so I don't want to get hurt a lot and get some health back there, but unfortunately I got hurt a lot there, and I don't have a lot of health. Marathon safety, let's go! Shouts to that convenient shortcake, like, in that cave there. I don't know who left it there, but thank you, it was delicious.
I don't know, would you eat a shortcake that was just left, like, in the middle of nowhere in some frozen waste?
I have to see how good quality it is first. Nah, I wouldn't eat that. I definitely wouldn't eat that one. Would you eat a random piece of meat floating in the air inside a cave, though?
Is it floating in the air or floating? There's one, like, floating in the water, too, right?
Oh yeah, there is. It's even worse. Would you, though?
I don't know. If it guarantees to heal me 1 health, sure, I'll take it.
Fair enough. Understandable. I'd probably do the same. I missed 2 health back there, by the way. Usually I get those, but and jump at the right time. There's only 3 health in this front section here. So I wanted to get all of them ideally, but unfortunately I messed up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. The ice bird there can hit me randomly if I'm not careful. Usually it does on the way out of his room, which actually saves a little bit of time if it does that, funnily enough. There we go. I want to get right past every single one of these snowmen right here. Follow double fires. There's 4 of them on top of these structures. This is kind of a copy and pasted room, if you will. Last one I'll slide off and then double fire to the ends. This last room is, I'd say, one of the harder ones in the entire run as well too. It's really easy to like mess up your double fire location here. You want to be very, very precise with it, so you land on top of these little platforms and just exactly where you need to be. Like right here. See if I can get this. I think it might be okay. Yeah, there we go. Nice, that was a really good room. I'll definitely take that, to say the least. Here's one of my favorite songs in the game. It's just a remix of Butter Building from Kirby's Adventure and Nightmare in Dreamlands. But the way I describe this song is bouncy. It makes you want to bounce, like whenever you hear it. It's good. I'm gonna mash B for the very first one. Then jump just a little bit down here. There's a lot of clouds in this stage. You should probably expect from a cloudy stage. But what I'm trying to say is you have to be very precise in where you land, because these clouds... Well, there's little openings in all of them, and some of them are just really small in the first place. So you gotta be very careful. Like there, I messed up because I was not supposed to be in the air. But it's okay. Yep. Definitely a sour please. Give me a sour please in chat. There's a lot of different health I can get right here, and enemies I can destroy this out of this. I don't even know what to call it. This little green can thingy.
They're called Z-bonds.
Oh, yeah, that was my second guess.
Here's some lore. There's one episode of the Kirby cartoon where Kawasaki wants to cook a Z-bond, but confuses it with Kirby.
What?
Because they're both round.
I have so many questions about that. That's all I'm gonna say. Do they eat those things normally? Why are they...
Apparently it's a big delicacy.
Interesting. Today I learned, I guess. Okay. Whoops. Am I on top of this? I'm not. Messing up my positioning here, so I have to recover from that. Yeah, I'll keep messing up my positioning, but it's okay. Alright, so his boss at the very end of this level is actually completely random where he goes. And I think I go okay, Baron. I'm probably make it work. Yeah, there we go. May work. You want to go against the wall, and especially like near you. Like near where you start at least. That's what you want to have happen during that fight. So I got a pretty good pattern where you went above me. Unfortunately, I can't just press B there and like have him be like at the bottom right of the room so I can kill him there. It doesn't work every time. He'll like always give him 1 health. But that was pretty good. Now we're in the mall stage. Hope y'all were here earlier for your Black Friday shopping. Hardy har har. There's my bad joke of the run. But yeah. This stage is really cool in general. All these rooms right here are gonna fly over double fire, but if we're good enough, we can like slide at the end of them usually off of like a little small platform. For these elevators, we have to, instead of like just sliding into them, it's faster to actually jump into it and turn around. It's like right in the middle. Because Kirby like will otherwise just like do the exact same thing. You just like walk up towards it and then turn around like that. That just saves a little bit of time. This a hard game to speedrun? Is not, but getting a good time is really hard. It's a lot harder than it looks, honestly, from my experience. That's what I found, at least. There we go, good boss fight there. With double fire, you're stuck for a while there, so you don't want to like get stuck at all there. Like I guess against the right wall and just miss the boss completely.
Yeah, if you miss just one of those hits, you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's really bad. That's perfect though. Look at that frog. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not up there. I'm down here. There we go. That was very nice. Last double fire is actually a little bit tricky to get. No problems here though. This last room, all the shots out here, these cannons, they have aimbot. I'm convinced. They like wherever you're about to stop, it will actually like hit you, like that, for instance. They're really good at that. They're definitely hacking. Call Valve. There we go. Good level though. This might be Rainbow my splits. It actually is. Yo, let's go. Let's go best split.
Nice.
Frog's not instant death. Frogs just do 1 damage to you. That's all we need for double fire.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a cutscene skip where if you're got something in your mouth or you're holding something, it skips this short little cutscene where Kirby climbs down from the ladder.
Here's the last King Deity section. This is the hardest one for sure. These hammers that come down, they'll instantly kill you, pretty much. So we have to basically just time our hammer hits every single time, and like get through these sections fast enough while the conveyor belts come after us. There's a way here. Otherwise, we'll just straight up die. That's not good. So ideally, I get past this next hammer after this one. I might take it slowly though. You know what? We're going for it. We did it. Nice. Okay. All right, I got a little close. I jumped at a part I shouldn't have jumped at. So yeah, thankfully it worked out though in the end. Ideally for this section, I fire over the conveyor belts going the other direction. I here need to fire like past these swamp things basically, so I can get a fire sword. That'll be useful for the boss coming up over here. Let's see if I can get this. This is pretty tight, so hopefully I can get this right here. Ooh, got it, nice. That's why I need fire sword. Just keep this boss in the same place the whole time, just like that, and then get right here. Factory is one of the hardest levels in the entire game for many reasons. There are a few things that'll when they kill you like this. It's like these platforms here if you get squished by them. And that boss kill right there is really tight, so you gotta be really careful of everything. That was very nice though.
Yeah, in this room there's essentially just like one faster cycle you can do, which is one you see Shasta doing, or just the one he just got past. And it saves about 8 seconds if you get. If you miss it, well, you die.
Yeah, that was close though. Thankfully I was alright. Alright, so I'm gonna use Single Fire right here, combine and get another Fire Sword. And get out of here now. It's faster you just fire through those last 2 rooms like that, instead of keeping the Fire Sword the whole time. There we go. That's a good split as well. Ooh. Double rainbow? Maybe. Ah, I just barely did a rainbow. It's fine though. Alright, now time for HR. You want to play HR?
Yeah, so HR is this really luck-dependent boss, at least on the first phase. What you're looking for is HR to do a pattern that you can attack back. And the first 2 that you've seen so far are ones that you can't attack back. But this one right here, the clap, you can actually get 4 hits on it.
Ideally you want the clap pretty much. You can also do a little slap across, which he has not done yet. I mean, it's a pretty awful luck right now. Yeah,
for the slap you can get 1 hit off of it. So you can do like 2 slaps and a clap, or 2 claps. And one other thing is that HR won't repeat patterns. So for example, you can't get 2 claps Man, this is some
Yeah,
luck.
that was some really bad luck there. I got it now though, thankfully. I got the slap.
Yeah, Fire Sword is nice for getting the 4 hits on the first phase, but nowadays, like, there are other ways of getting 4 hits as well.
You can also use Spark there as well. I haven't learned that strat though, but it is a way to do it. There we go. So that was some really bad luck, unfortunately. But it's okay, it happens. Marathon luck, if you will.
Yeah, this is one big barrier when you're trying to speedrun this game. Like, if you're trying to grind for a good time, sometimes you'll just get the crappiest HR luck.
Yeah.
And it comes like for example, for this category, it's like 50-something minutes into the run.
It's really bad, pretty much. It's really unfortunate that's like that. How like the luck, all the biggest luck-based bosses in the run are like right at the end. Yeah, HR there, and then also the final boss after this. Just gotta get through this last little section first. You get Spark here. Oh, nice. Did that in my practice too. I did that again. You get Spark here because it hurts them underground, like that. That's what I was trying to say.
The advantage, like, using fire is actually because after you hit him with fire, you'll tumble into him and take damage. So switching to something like Spark or Needle or Stone is a lot better. In terms of, like, if you in 100% you would switch to Needle just because you need the ability, but Spark is a little bit faster just because its hitbox is constant.
Oh, tomato. Also, fun fact: 6-1 is actually pretty much the exact same structure as the first level in the game. Like like the structure level is the exact same, just the visuals are different, and of course the bosses as well. There's no like wall defy at the ends. Best song in the game, by the way. By far. Fight me. There's a lot of cutscenes in this level. This level's really short in general, but there's a few cutscenes I have to wait for, like this one, before you can really do anything. This next room is really smooth if I get it correct. Still, if I can do that. Oh, I did not do it correct. No. It's fine though. You win some, you lose some. And getting using that invisibility cannon makes it go through all the blocks from here. Faster than just going through with fire in this case. You jump right to the center, and bam. Alright, one more level, then we got the final boss of the game. This level actually has my favorite song in the game. So give me some sire pleases in chat if you want. Up to you though, of course. Or appropriate, like, you know, dancing or music emote. Right there it gets. You combine your fire with a bomb in me, so as it gets fireworks. One of my personal favorite powers in the entire game. For the love of my favorite song in the game. Funnily enough. So you use that to kill basically all these enemies really easily like this. And sorry for all the
fireworks is pretty self-explanatory. Just huge hitbox. The one little thing is that after the third hit, you lose control and fall down. But really, that's like nothing.
It really is nothing. And sorry for all the throat clearing stuff during this run. I'm getting over this right now, so my voice is exactly the best, but it's okay. I'm doing my best. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah, that little cactus.
That thing
always out of the way.
He always gets out of the way, dude. I swear. That cactus is actually the worst. Oh, I missed him. That was weird. Did a weird room there, but it's okay. If you time it just correctly, you can get like the second phase of fireworks there immediately, and then get the last piece at the right time there. Saves a little bit of time movement going to the end of the room if you do that correctly. Alright, final boss time. You should explain the final boss while I do it, because the final boss is weird.
Yeah, so Miracle Matter it sort of represents all the different abilities you can get in this game. There are 7 different phases, one for each ability, and it takes 2 to 3 hits for each of them. And while Miracle Matter is on that phase, you can only damage it with the same attack. So right now you see stone, you can only damage with stone. One thing that beginning is that getting like bomb or fire first, in which case you could just use the fireworks you already had to do the attacks.
Unfortunately, it did not happen. It's what you want though, because this fight's basically RNG hell, RNG heck. Either way.
So 4 of those phases. So what are you seeing so far? Stone, ice, cutter, and also needle don't really have any like meaningful luck element, but so you got all 4 of those first.
We got the luck at the end, I guess.
Yeah. But bomb, spark, and fire, it might not be possible to one cycle depending on what you get. So we'll see.
Depends
bomb
how
is the only one
bomb
that takes...
is, really. Yeah, not gonna work for that one.
Yeah, bomb only takes 2 hits, but at the same time, Miracle Matter hides much quicker.
Ooh, I might get this.
As a result.
Did I get it? Oh! Ah! So close. You could get... I almost got a 1 cycle there on that spark. It is random, and like, it rarely happens. So I almost got that there in a marathon. Which would have been insane to say the least. I think now I have 1 hit left.
Fire pattern as well.
Yeah.
I think you have 1 hit left for each of them.
Yeah, I think I do. Oh no. Spark might be the enemy. Ah! Spark destroyed me with bad luck.
Oh.
It's fine though. I got plenty of health, it's okay.
Yeah, time is coming up soon after he grabs the shard that Miracle Matter dropped.
I missed. Yeah, it's very soon, so be ready. I've once had this fight softlock me before, by the way. I died in the very final hits while I killed Miracle Matter in the end. So I actually had softlock on me before that way. And here we go, get ready on time. Time. Mine I got 102.56, so that's about a minute and a half off of my PB. About half of that time loss coming from Miracle Matter, actually.
I think that's 1 second faster than Ox's time.
Yo, nice. GG's though. I got some pretty crappy luck at the end on Miracle Matter, but it is what it is. That was a fun run. Hope you all enjoyed it. That run in particular, it doesn't look very hard, but the hard part is actually getting a really good time. It took me a while to get to like this consistent in the game to actually get under 105, but if you don't put a lot of time into it, or like if you don't practice it enough, it could take you forever to actually get to this time. I recommend running this game though if you want like a really nice, fun, chill speed run. Nothing like too crazy, but still like hard enough where you need to like do a lot of fun things. Or like you gotta be a little careful. It's great though. But for now, thanks for watching. Thanks SK for co-commentating as well. Appreciate it, dude. And hope you enjoyed the next run. See you later, everyone. Have a good night, / morning, / whatever.
And let our love begin. Trust in me, and let me in. Love me, love
Hello! You're watching ESA Movember. We are raising money for the Movember Foundation. And I am on a really slanty floor. You just watched Kirby 64 with Mr. Shasta. Thank you very much, Shasta, for coming on at this early or late hour. Final time 102.58 for his Kirby 64 Crystal Shards run. Coming up in a couple of runs' time, we have got Hearthstone, Curse of Naxxramas, Heroic Speedrun. We have a donation goal for that run. It's currently $40 out of $150 in order to see an extra trick showcase of card tricks that are not in the run. In order to meet that, we need another maths $110. If we get $110, we will hit the $2,000 mark in donations for the Movember Foundation, and that would be awesome for day one to hit $2,000 in 24 hours for Movember. Coming up next, we've got Donut County, Any Percent by Green Snowdog. They are setting up over there just now. After that, we've got Warcraft Adventures, Lord of the Clans by The Handsome Historian, and then I think it's Hearthstone by SRD, who's one of the tip-top runners of Hearthstone. We're just all waking up. What's his name? Paulistar is playing some ITG. I've been having him play all the songs that I've seen Morale been playing, because she's really good. I can barely clear 2, but Morale's been giving lessons. And yeah. How come runners are running from the bedrooms? This is a special online marathon. This is an extra marathon. We don't normally do ESA like this, but we have ESA Winter coming up at the end of February. That is going to be a full on-site marathon. It's going to be here in Växjö, Sweden, in the Royal Corner Hotel. That is going to be all live runners. That is probably going to have about 80 to 100 attendees this year. And then we have ESA Summer coming up at the end of July. ESA Summer is our flagship event. It's going to have about probably 550, 600 attendees next year in a really snug hotel. What you also have at ESA Summer is that you have a great number of our arcades that are currently being played in this venue. You have free ice cream, free popcorn. You can you can meet all of your favorite speedrunners and your speed friends. So, are we ready with the next run? Mike, are we ready? Yeah, we're pretty ready. So, I'm going to go back over to the venue cam for just a couple of seconds, and then we're going to get on with the next run, which is going to be Donut County by Green Snowdog. Seconds, and then we're going to get on with the next run, which is going to be Donut County by Green Snowdog.
Why is everyone so excited for free ice cream?
Why not? It's free ice cream.
It's free, but...
Okay,
oh,
we are
live.
live.
Oh, I'm live. Okay, so hey everyone, my name is Green Snowdog, and today I'll be showing you Donut County. So, to sum up quickly, it's kind of a mix of calamari, but instead of collecting everything, you are a massive hole. And let's just get into it. So, we're gonna start in 3,